Kalahi's 5th annual Filipinx Cultural Night. Please bear with us if there are any technical difficulties. We do appreciate your patience. We will also be recording this Zoom and encourage you all to turn your cameras on. I hope you've all had a chance to look at some of the slides we've been looping, but if you haven't, that's all right. I will do a little recap. We do ask that you please stay on mute so that we can hear PCN as clearly as possible. We also encourage you all to check out our merch on Redbubble. Our co-media directors have designed some cool merch for you all, so definitely go check that out. As you know, we've adapted our PCN to an online format due to the pandemic, but you can still find our PCN pamphlet on our Instagram if you want to check out the order of the performances at Kalahi CSULA. Now we would like to begin our PCN with the national anthem performed by Jackie, who will be singing the American anthem, followed by Horace performing the Filipino national anthem.
Now I'd also like to invite Jackie and Nick to sing the national anthem. So everyone please rise. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the moon's bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
All right, and up next we do have Horace singing our Filipino national anthem.
Yeah, Horace!
Bayang maghiliw, perlas ng simangalan, alap ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay, lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw, may dilagang tula at awit sa pagnayang minamahal, ang kisap ng wataw at mo'y tagumpay na nagniningning, ang bituin at araw niyang kailan pa may magdidilim, lupa ng araw ng luwalhati pagsinta, buhay ang langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mang-aapi, ang mamatay lang dahil sa'yo.
All right, now without further ado, I am proud to introduce our feature presentation of the night, The Stories We Tell. I hope you all enjoy.
Kumusta po kayo? Ako si Professor Matias Elke, ang faculty advisor sa Kalahi. How are you? I'm Professor Matias Elke, the faculty advisor for Kah-lah-hee, the Filipino and Filipino-American student organization at Cal State LA. I would like to welcome all of the students, family members, friends, members of the Cal State LA community, and all those who just love Filipino culture to the Cal State LA's virtual Filipino Cultural Night, The Stories We Tell. Filipino cultural nights have been a tradition on many campuses, primarily on the West Coast, as a unique form of art highlighting some of the wonderful aspects of Filipino culture, as well as social and cultural realities of immigrant life. In a very special way, every Filipino cultural night is actually a world premiere, a unique and new work that will only be performed for the PCN shows of that particular year. This is also true for this year's virtual PCN. Making this show a reality took months of planning, writing, performing, and recording during the regular school year, all the while the student performers were taking midterms, writing papers, and completing course projects. I would also like to extend a very special thank you to Patty Kilroy in the Department of Music at Cal State LA for performing for this year's PCN. It's wonderful seeing all the new faculty members who are interested in Filipino culture and history and the struggles of the Filipino community to be part of this wonderful organization. I would like to close with just saying some personal remarks that I feel that Filipino culture really is a gift to the world. And reflecting over the past 5 years since Kalahi was founded, it's been really wonderful seeing Kalahi growing and the dedication of its members over the years. The past year has been incredibly difficult, of course, for almost all of us. And I truly hope that watching this show will bring you a moment of happiness and an appreciation of Filipino culture. A special shout out also goes to Kalahi alumni who hopefully will be watching this show. And I'd like to close with just stating how much and how deeply honored I am of having been part of the Kalahi family since its founding. Enjoy the show.
Mabuhay! To all those here today, may it be friends, family, faculty and staff, and fellow Filipinx community, I welcome you all to Kalahi's 5th annual Filipino Cultural Night. My name is Marlito Refuerzo, the current president for the 2020 to 2021 Filipino-American Student Organization here at CSU LA, and we would like to present to everyone our very first online PCN called The Stories We Tell. As you all may know, due to our current circumstances with the pandemic, we have ended up adopting an online format for our PCN. Rather than focusing on a play, which we would typically do each year, we have deviated from the idea and started to focus on a more musical and artistic approach. With that being said, this production could not have been done without the help and support of all Kalahi board and general members, especially for our PCN co-directors Jasmine and Summer and media directors Ian and Rochelle. It would not be an exaggeration that this PCN was made solely through their effort and cooperation, so extreme special thanks to them. So once again, thank you for everyone here tonight, and I hope you enjoy our online PCN, The Stories We Tell.
Good evening and welcome to Kalahi's 5th annual Filipinx Cultural Night. This year is going to be a bit different from the rest, and that's okay. Traditionally, we would perform an in-house play and cultural dances, but our current situation has made that a bit difficult. Nonetheless, we have adapted and created something that we are very much proud to show you all.
At the heart of PCN, it is Filipino-Americans telling their own narrative and sharing their stories. We all come from different places and different walks of life, and each one of us has our own chronicle to share, and we wanted to embrace that sentiment. That is why our theme for tonight is The Stories We Tell.
We hope that you enjoy our collection of tales told through a variety of art forms. Throughout the event, please keep your audio on mute so we can hear the performers as clearly as possible.
Also, if you have the ability to, please turn your video on. Part of the excitement that comes from PCN is seeing the people that come and their reactions to the performance. We love to see all the smiles and cheering.
Lastly, we encourage you all to use the chat. Many of you PCN veterans will know that a large part of PCN's fun atmosphere is having loud cheering throughout the event. Although we can't do it being on Zoom, we can cheer as loud as we can in the chat.
And without further ado, please welcome our first musical ensemble for the evening, performing the classic, Bayang Ko.
Ang bayan kong Pilipinas, lupain ng gintot bulaklak, pag-ibig ang sa kanyang palad, nag-alay ng ganda't dilag, at sa kanyang yumi at ganda, dayuhan ay nahalina. Bayan ko, binihag ka, nasadlak sa dusa. Ibon man may layang lumipad, kulungin mo at umiiyak. Bayan pa kaya sa dadilag, ang dimag na saan makaapas. Pilipinas kong minumulya, bulan ng luha ko dalita, aking halika, makita ka sa kalaya.
Now, I'd like to introduce our first poetry reading of the night, performed by our one and only Rihanna Rivamonte, written by the Filipino poet Rina Caparas, titled Beyond Bodies.
Beyond Bodies by Rina Caparas. Beyond your body is a world, unknown to your skin. It's a soil a stranger to your feet. It's a breeze new to your breathing. Beyond your bodies are continents, with flavors worth more than imagining. The sweet taste of mangoes, the deep spice of curries, the sour tang of tamarinds. Beyond your body is a country of other bodies you have not seen nor touched. The copper skin of children playing, the dark curls of ale in the sari-sari store, the curves of the women down the hall. Beyond your body is a world you have yet to discover, but you cannot find it. Because you are a body with legs that tire, with a back that aches, shoulders that strain, and that body sits daily on a chair, static but exhausted.
Our second piece for the evening is performed by our very own Gabi Duga, written by the national hero Jose Rizal, titled Awit ng Manlalakbay.
Magandang gabi. Ako ay magbibigtas na isang tanyag na tula galing kay Dr. Jose Rizal sa pinamagat ng awit ng manlalakbay. Tuyong dahong lumilipad sa kung saan hindi alam. Sinisiklot dito't doon ng bugso ng biglang ulan. Ganyan dito sa daigdig ang buhay ng maglalakbay. Hindi patnubay, sigla, wala, at wala rin sintat bayan. Kahit saan kapalaray mapilit na hinahanap, iyaon na may malayong buong bilis tumatakas. Ang aninong mapagkunwa sa nasay may paghahamak. Dahil dito, maglalakbay, natataboy sa dagat. Sa udyok ng tanging kamay na di naman nakikita, ginaway maglaglag sa lupaing iba't iba. Siya'y walang kaulayaw, kundi mga alaala ng katotong mga mahal na at arang na manligaya. Sabay ilang isang libing ang kay palay matagpuan na anong unang sakdal tamis, lipos ng kapayapaan, limot na ng sintang lupat, gayon din ng daigdigan. Mama Mingha nawa siya matapos na mahirapan. Sa lungkuting maglalakbay, sila ay pawang naiinggit. Kapag siya ay patuling bumabagtas sa daigdig, hindi nila nalalaman sa kaluluwang walang imik. Mayroon doon isang kuwang. Kulang dito ay pag-ibig. Magbabalik ang lagalag sa kanyang sintang lupa at marahil sa kanyang tahanan. May muwing kusa. Magtatagpo niya roon kahit saan, bugbog, diba? Nagasayang na ang pag-ibig. Mga libing, wala na nga. Lumalakad ka, maglalakbay, ituloy mo yung landas. Takagibang lupa, ikaw sa bayang mo kapuspalan. Bayaan mo tanang iba ay umawit ng pagliya at iba pa'y mga lugod bumalik sa pagtulak. Maglalakbay, lumakad ka. Huwag lilingon, kaunti man, walang luhang sumusunod sa pagbabanggit ng paa. Maglalakbay, lumakad ka. Lunurin mo kahirapan. Nanlilibak ang daigdig sa ibang kasipan. Ito ang tanyag na tula galing kay Dr. Jose Rizal, ang awit ng malalakbay. Maraming salamat sa inyong pagtangkilig at sa pagkikinig na isang tula sa ating magaling na pabansang bayan. Magandang gabi.
Up next, I am proud to present our animatic titled Lady of the Mountain, written by my very talented co-PCN coordinator, Jasmine Platon, and illustrated by Amberine Khan.
Once upon a time, there was an old woman standing at the foot of a broken statue. With curiosity, she studied all the cracks and crevices of the decrepit piece of rock. It all seemed familiar to her, like a midsummer night's dream, yet she couldn't remember.
What did the statue look like before?
She would ask herself.
Could it have a face with angular features representing sharp and decisive leadership? Or maybe it could have been a soft face with kindness and compassion overflowing like a river.
See, when the old woman was a child, the Spanish tore the monument down in their bid for conquest. She could still remember the moment they struck it, shattering the statue into a multitude of pieces, each fragment like the memories she can't piece back together. Now, from twilight to twilight, she would ponder over the gaps in her memory, until one day she decided to do something about it. She asked her ates, her kuya, and her friends, but none of them seemed to remember. It was indeed a strange phenomenon, almost as if the scars of yesterday were merely figments of the imagination. The harder she looked, the further away she was from finding the answer. After many days of inquiry, she decided to end her quest.
There is no reason to continue this endeavor.
She determined.
With no leads, it makes no sense to continue.
But as soon as she finished that thought, a little whisper brushed by her ear.
Climb to the top of the mountain for the answers you seek.
Strangely, no one was standing next to the old woman, but she trusted the voice anyway. There was a nostalgic, yet slightly forlorn quality about it that she could not put her finger. So she acted based on instinct. Throwing all caution to the wind, the woman ascended the behemoth of a terrain. Be it by luck or some invisible force, there were miraculously no predators that crossed her path, or spirits trying to attack her. With each step of the way, gravity revealed itself to be her true opponent. So she fought through with the strength of her will alone, as her knees and hips ached with the unbearable pain that just comes with age. It took her 10 days to reach the summit. Sitting on a rock, as she was waiting for some kind of sign, she could not stop herself from admiring the emerald green trees that sloped alongside the mountain, feeling their way right back to her village. It was in this moment that she embraced this feeling of serenity, stilling her feelings of fear and anxiety tied to her unfortunate circumstances. Then she appeared, a woman with long, silky black hair and brown eyes sparkling like amber. She wore a simple white dress and a sampaguita flower crown, which served to enhance her ethereal beauty.
Hello, my child.
She began.
It seems that you have been searching for me for quite some time.
Aghast, the old woman couldn't help but stare in awe, because this was it, the answer she was seeking. Once she regained her composure, she asked with sincerity,
Who are you?
Who am I?
She replied.
Well, I am the guardian spirit of the mountain, a Diwata, if you please. Long ago, I protected the people and the flora and fauna of this beautiful sacred land. The statue you so longingly stared at was created in my image as a gift to illustrate everything I've done for the people. However, since the invaders stormed the area, I've been forced out of my home and forgotten by my people, even you, my child. Soon, I will be lost to the clouded annals of time.
With an audible gasp, the woman's past recollections were pieced back together, and as her worries quelled, tears of gratefulness streamed down her face, like ocean waves cleansing the shore. However, this feeling was soon mixed with sorrow and despair when she realized what that meant for the Diwata. She was exiled from her home and imprisoned at the top of the mountain, all alone. Loneliness was a feeling the old woman knew quite well, so out of compassion, she decided to do something nice for the tragic soul. First, the woman thanked her for the protection she provided, not just for her most recent hike, but also for the past decades of her existence. Then, with a thankful expression, the Diwata responded,
Thank you, my child, for looking for me for all this time and listening to me. Words cannot even begin to illustrate my fathomless gratitude, so please, take this flower as a token and never forget.
From her own crown, the spirit took a blossom and pinned it in the old woman's hair, before disappearing into the light of day. With her newfound passion, the woman trotted down as fast as she could to her village. There were a handful of times she almost slipped, but she knew that she would be all right. By the time she had come back, it felt like an eternity, but everything had remained the same. Her family still worked the fields, and the statue of the Diwata remained fractured, almost as if she had never left. She knew what she had to do, and located the largest stone she could find. Although her skills and mobility were limited, she chipped away at the stone until it created a figure similar to the guardian spirit. After years of chiseling and sculpting, her masterpiece was finished. She placed her creation next to where the broken statue was, placing a flower crown of sampaguitas on the head. The old woman's family thought it was futile because the monument was full of imperfections, and most importantly, the Spanish would tear it down like they had done the last. But that didn't matter to her. For her, what mattered most was the gesture of gratitude for the love and protection of the Diwata from the mountain. Last, but definitely not least, introducing our final performance for the night. Give it up for our last musical ensemble, performing Leaves by Ben and Ben.
I can think of all the times you told me not to touch the light. I never thought you'd be the one. I couldn't really justify how you even thought it could be right, 'cause everything we cherished is gone. And in the end, can you tell me if it was worth a try, so I can decide? The leaves will soon grow from the bareness of trees, and all will be alright in time. From waves overgrown come the calmest of seas, and all will be alright in time. Oh, you never really loved someone until you learn to forgive.
Try as hard as I might to flee the shadows of the night. Haunts me and makes me feel blue. But how can I try to hide when every breath and every hour I still end up thinking of you? And in the end, everything we have makes it worth the fight. So I will hope for as long as leaves will soon grow from the bareness of trees, and all will be alright in time. Waves overcome the calmest of seas, and all will be alright in time. Oh, you never really loved someone to learn to forgive. I never thought that I would see the time that I decide if I should leave or stay. But in the end, what makes it worth the fight is that no matter what happens, we try to make it right. Leaves will soon grow from the bareness of trees, and all will be alright in time. From waves overgrown come the calmest of seas, and all will be alright in time. Wounds of the past will eventually heal, and all will be alright in time. 'Cause all of this comes with the love that is real. All will be alright in time. 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 Oh, you never really loved someone until you learn to forgive. You learn to forgive. Learn to forgive.
Thank you all for joining us this evening. I hope you enjoyed our performances and the stories we told. A lot of work went into planning this event and putting it all together, so let's give a hand to all our performers, artists, and editors. You can go ahead and unmute your mics.
Oh my god! That tears of joy!
Oh, that was great, man.
Oh my god, you guys are the best.
I think it's
The
not
best.
Guardian came or something.
Oh my god, that was so awesome.
Now we would like to give a special thanks to a lovely group of people. First, I would like to recognize Ali Kaloma, my co-PCN coordinator from last year. Due to COVID, we couldn't have a PCN last spring semester, so I wanted to recognize her for all the hard work that she has done for us. Next, I would like to thank Dr. Kilroy and Rochelle Jimenez for helping to create the backing tracks and the instrumentals for the music. I would also like to thank my brother Joshua Platon for helping to edit the music. And I would also like to thank Ian Peke and Summercedo for helping to edit the whole production together. And last but not least, I'd like to thank Rochelle Galame for helping to create the captions.
Lastly, we would like to thank all the family, friends, and members of our surrounding communities who took the time out of their Friday night to support Kalahi and listen to our stories.
They are very near and dear to our hearts. And we hope you learned something new or gained a greater appreciation for our culture.
Thanks again.
Salamat muli.
Until we meet again.
Until we meet again.
Hi guys, magandang hapon or gabi sa inyo lahat. So to students, staffs, parents, guests, and externals, thank you for attending Cal State LA's Kalahi's annual Filipinx Cultural Night, Stories We Tell. My name is Horace Rico, and it has been a great honor and pleasure serving as Kalahi's IVP for the year 2020 and 2021. The year 2020 will be remembered as one of the most challenging period in our history. This pandemic has brought sadness, death, and despair. Let us all think about others' safety as much as we care for our own. We are all in this together, taking small steps to a COVID-free community. Tonight, Kalahi proudly showcased a show that was done through hard work and determination by our members. All the sacrifices and time put into this virtual show all came to this, to deliver an excellent and memorable show. A huge shout out and thank you to Jasmine and Summer and to the 2020-2021 board and members for making this show possible. Give them a round of applause, please. I would also like to take this opportunity to be grateful and give a huge thank you to Kalahi for letting me serve in the board for 3 years. I'm truly blessed and thankful for the wonderful opportunity that y'all have entrusted into me. I would like to give a shout out to my K3 fam. Y'all are the best. I love you. If it wasn't for y'all, I won't be here in this position right now. I would also like to thank last year's board. Where's my where's my triggered board at? My co-president, Noah, if you're there, thank you. Marlito, Jason, Jolene, Arian, Rochelle, Hermé, Jasmine, Ali, Marky, and Jordan, and to the client advisor, Dr. Sulky, thank you. Thank you, thank you so much. We may not have a PCN last year, but know that I appreciate y'all so much. finally, the 2020 to the 2020-2021 board, I love you all and wish you all the best and luck in your future endeavors. And to the next board, elections are coming up. I give you all good luck, and hopefully y'all have a very fruitful and amazing year ahead of y'all. Thank you. I will pass the mic to Jasmine. Oh, Jasmine.
All right, hello guys. So we're gonna need some audience participation for this part, okay? So we'll be doing something called the Unity clap. I'm sure you have heard this before, and in this we use a phrase called isang baksak, which means one falls. Because when one falls, we all fall, and when one rises, we all rise. It originated from the Delano grape strike, where Filipino and Latino migrant workers would communicate across language barriers by doing this. So I'd like to ask, if you can, please do turn on your cameras for this. So the way that it goes is we feel our heartbeat, right? And then we start clapping to it. And then gradually it gets louder and louder and faster until someone yells isang baksak, and we all clap together, hence the unity clap. So I know this is on Zoom. There's going to be a lag. It's going to feel weird, awkward, and that's okay. The most important thing is the heart behind it. So let's go ahead and have one practice round for those of us who aren't too familiar with how to do this, and then we'll do one for real right after. So are y'all ready? All right, let's go. All right, let's feel that heart.
Turn on your mics, please.
Woo! All right.
Oh, no. Y'all shout. We want to hear y'all shout.
All right, practice run first.
All right, so let's feel that heart and let's go.
Yeah. Zoom delay.
1, 2, 3. Isang Baksak. All right, that's a good practice round. All right, y'all got the feel for it? Okay. All right, let's do it one more time. This is the real deal, okay? Ready? Whew. Let's feel that
You want to do it with us?
again.
I understand.
Let's go.
For you.
Woo! Ready? Yeah! 1, 2, 3. Isang Baksak. All right. That was amazing, guys. All right. So thank you again so much for coming to our PCN. I hope that you enjoyed your time here. So just a quick reminder, if you want to support Kalahi, please do check out our Redbubble page. We have shirts, we got totes, we got masks, and we got stickers. So if you want to rep Kalahi, you can totally put that sticker on your water bottle, because y'all know I do have mine on my water bottle. We love to support, and all the proceeds come back to Kalahi, so please do check it out. The link will be dropped in the chat.
Before everyone leaves, let's have a picture. Oh
yeah.
Open your camera. Smile at your best ability, to the best as you can, and woo. Okay, so who's taking the picture?
Well, you suggested it, so I assume you.
Or you could take the picture.
I'm a technological boomer, so.
Oh my god.
Just screenshot your screen.
I would do that. I would actually do that.
Then do it.
So,
All right, everyone just smile.
3,
We'll look for
2,
it.
1.
It'll be there somewhere.
Another one. 3, 2, 1. I'm going on to the next page because there's a lot of people. Another one. 3, 2, 1. Please smile. Another one. All right, cool. Thank y'all, everyone.
All right. Let's go. And all right. Last but not least, we will be keeping the Zoom room open after this. So if you want to stay behind and chat, you can go ahead and do so. But if not, thank you so much for coming to our 5th annual Filipinx Cultural Night. And I hope you have an amazing rest of your evening. So yeah. All right. Goodbye, everyone.